Hey, what's up, nerds? It's Paul at Radio Free Hammer Hall. Today, I am joined by the Strength Hammer, Chuck Moore,
Yo!
and we are going to be talking about COGFORTS.
Wait, we are?
COGFORTS all the time.
We are? I'm doing square bases. I thought we were talking about square bases.
Oh. I thought you were going to go with cockforts, but maybe you're just not that into Slanesh.
No, I was just trying to do a little small plug for the podcast, because you're going to be on my podcast in 2 weeks' time as far as release day, talking about the square basin. That's all.
Yes, because I too do have a square-based army, although I don't really talk about it that much. I did like a few videos on it and then decided that the engagement that I was getting from that particular part of the community wasn't for me, and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy my hobby quietly over here. I don't need to make content about it.
You know, as someone who's a content creator, I guess I'm just a general space with Warhammer, I guess, mostly specific. And I can most of what I consume your show, I consume the occasional AOS coach based upon the topic, and Warhammer Weekly. That's my Sigmar basic content. Everything else is not Warhammer focused at all, or it's Old World. And what I have realized in Old World, if you want to be successful, you either have to post so regularly and do so much work. Square Base Podcast, they do a great show. It's high quality. It's constant. There's so much effort beyond the show too. You either have to be that, where you're the most continuous voice out there as far as content and shows, or you have to be literally the most basic white guy I've ever seen in the hobby and post it on every single social media Reddit thing you can.
Yeah.
That's the two. And guess what? I'm neither of those, which is why I know why I'm not successful.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, I'm like amazingly successful at YouTube for how much effort I put into this. Like,
oh, sure. Yeah.
In the grand scheme of YouTube, I've got like 3,000 something subscribers, right?
Yep.
Like that is not like that virtually is just a non-existent channel on YouTube. The fact that I post a video and hundreds of people watch it just astounds me to no end.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I get like average close to 50 with my smaller channel. And I'm like, you guys actually like me because it's a consistent number.
Yeah.
Or
it's
like Alex is super handsome. That's why. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you realize that it's like it doesn't need to be a million people. It just needs to be like the people that you care about. They're like, almost think of it as like you're making it for your friends almost, you know?
Right. And it's one of those things where, you have to make that hard decision at some point. Like, do I want to try with this? As in, do I want to create a Patreon, do extra content? Do I want to have subscriber stuff? Do I want to grow? And do like the crazy thumbnails and all that. And, everyone has that decision, and like, I respect it because like everybody's got to make money. But you can't fake it. You can't fake not caring. It's very obvious if you care or not, and you can't fake caring. And I can't fake caring. Honestly, I just like talking Warhammer with my friend once a week. Yeah. Because if it wasn't for that with my other hobbies, I might be like, oh yeah, Warhammer, that's a thing.
Yeah. And that's like exactly what I do with my channel now is like, I just do fun stuff. If I want to make a video for fun, if I'm like doing a mathy project anyway, I just share it with people.
Yeah.
And I've been going crazy on COGFORTS and like just noodling on a bunch of crazy ideas for stuff.
Sure.
And I thought it would be fun to share with people and chat with friends about.
Heck yeah. I mean, COGFORTS are cool. And I know you asked me, I do not have a COGFORT yet. That does not mean I don't think they're cool.
Yeah. Like number one, they're expensive. Like this is one of GW's most expensive AOS kits, if not the most expensive.
210, 230 USD?
210.
210. Okay.
So like that's a big chunk of change for an AOS kit.
But it is what, a quarter of your army on points for most of them?
Yes. It's a quarter of your army. So like
honestly, quarter of an army, that's effective costing.
Yeah, like that's not terrible on like price point when you look at it from like points perspective. But
Yeah,
it's a
'cause
lot to drop into it. And then
oh,
like
sure.
if you're gonna be like me and what we're gonna talk about, like and go converting stuff, they can get to be very expensive very quickly.
Oh, 100. Like, yeah, I've converted plenty of kits that, boy, was it more expensive in the end, but it looks cool and it's mine. So,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So like that's a big part of what I want to be talking about tonight as we're going through this. Because this is a big honking kit. Look at
yes.
all these sprues. Have you seen the sprues unpacked before?
No, what? Okay, 1, 6, 7, 8.
It's
Wow.
yeah. It is the thickest box in AOS, I think.
Now,
Like,
question. Have you
yes.
built one unconverted yet?
Why would I do that?
I mean, yeah, I understand. I'm just curious, how long does it take to build one unconverted is my question for the people who are actually going to use it for the Cities of Sigmar army.
What I have heard from people is about 4 hours of building.
Tell you what, that's a lot less than the giant from the Cathay kit, so I'm fine with this.
Oh, really?
That thing took me 2 days and probably about 7 hours.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Terrible.
remember Vince talking about having like a lot of tiny pieces and like not going together really well.
Yep.
And
You know how long it took me to paint?
probably not very long.
45 minutes.
Base wash, dry brush complete.
Yes, because that's its texture is and the what it is supposed to be that. So it was like, yeah, I was like, huh, interesting. Okay. And then, sorry, counterpoint, the balloon in Cathay, one of the most exciting kits I've ever built. It's probably in line with this, about 4 hours, exciting, a big, cool war machine.
Yep.
Which leads me to my next question for you. The Cathay balloon was the most nightmarish thing I have ever painted.
Yep.
How is this to paint? It seems like it'd be very straightforward for most of it.
If you're going just straight out of the box, just doing like just straight out of the instructions, parts of it are going to be very quick. There's a lot of stonework on the
Right.
outside that is, base wash, dry brush, and it's going to look really nice.
Right.
There's a bunch of like wood that is going to be easy to get through. There's a bunch of stuff that's just metal that's going to be pretty easy to get through. But there is like an entire one of those sprues that is just like guys manning the thing.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If we're converting it, we're not using those dudes.
No. I have 2 whole sets of them that are on sprue that I don't know what to do with. Also, it comes with a nice big transfer sheet. I don't know if you have any need for a Cities of Sigmar transfer sheet, but I have those hanging around as well.
I appreciate it. I have so many from my army. I can tell you what to do with those dudes, though. Kit Bash, Mordheim, Warband.
Ooh. I feel like I've heard something about people playing Mordheim in my general area too. I just haven't ever found those people. But yeah, or the other thing too is they would be just generally cool, like cannon crew and stuff like that for Old World. Just fun random models. Like they're really nice models to paint too. Like they put a lot of love and attention to every little detail of this thing. So like the random guys hanging on the side of it, like there's literally a guy that goes inside the top of the turret that like if you build it completely, the guy will be totally buried and you will not be able to see him.
That's fun. I will say, yeah, the Cities of Sigmar line is probably one of the best to paint in all of Sigmar. It's super fun. Yeah. It's not overdone to the point of your like Lumineth highlights, but you can really bring a lot out of them. But like also being like gritty and dungy makes sense because they're humans in a fantasy setting. So
yeah. Yep. My Slaves to Darkness conversion is gonna take a long time, I think, just because I've made it very, very spiky. So I'm not going to be able to get like the dry brush in there. I'm going to have to go through and very carefully paint like each stone individually, I think. Which is going to be painful, but you know, it could be worse.
You should do each stone is a different color, so you get the red, the blue, the green, and the purple.
Mm-hmm.
You should go all out, full mosaic it, get every
god. That's interesting. That's an interesting idea.
That's a lot of work, and you can leave the occasional, like just a few, not a ton, brown for the Skaven.
Yeah,
but
do that for like the undercoat, and then like wash and like kind of go over like a top layer, but have those be like the under shading of it. That's a really good idea.
It I think then that's one of the ones you have to commit to that, because if you do that type of painting, it's going to look like trash until you're done.
Yeah.
The whole way.
Yeah. Yep.
And especially at the end, if you just take like an Uthuan white, like a very light, and just dry brush over all of it, it will bring it all together.
Yeah. But let me grab that particular COGFORT so you can see just how many spikes are on this thing. Yeah, you're not getting a dry brush in there. That is not going to work. But yeah, the kit's really cool. It goes together really well, really interestingly. There's a lot of modular stuff already built into it.
Okay.
You know, like the cannons and the flamethrowers and the doors are all modular on their own, like just kind of built into like the main options of the kit.
Could you magnetize this?
Yeah, you definitely can magnetize it.
Okay, that's really good. I like when they do that, because such a big kit, there's going to be, younger folks out there that might only get one. But if they can learn to magnetize, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, the like that Top Gun, especially, whether it be the cannon or the flamethrower, like you can just easily magnetize that and it'll be just snap on either one. I'm not sure why I put this particular slide in here, but no, like
actually, I'm glad you did. That actually opens a lot of like how it goes together. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Cathay balloon. Like very simple, but it works.
Yes. I think actually if you take two of these kits, you could make it stone all the way around. Because like the back side of it is wood. But I think the whole thing is so modular. Like there's two sets, like the A sprues, there's two copies of.
Okay. So that's like together.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that there's two of the piece and it goes together and it's all mirrored. So I think you may actually be able to make like one that's basically wood all the way around and one that's stone all the way around.
The wood one would be intriguing since I'm living cities.
Yes.
But that means I'd have
also
to get
would be interesting for Skaven.
True. Yep.
But here also, like you can see like the top of this, and I'm just realizing that nobody can see my cursor that I'm like pointing with on my screen, so I'm not gonna stop doing that because that's silly.
You gotta be lazy like me and use OBS. That way everyone can see everything.
Yeah. So like the top of that turret, where that turret piece sits,
yeah,
there's a totally flat top on that. So when you're going to convert something, you can just leave that piece off completely. And you have a flat surface to rest something on top of. And then the same exact thing for the bottom. If you look at that, like that bottom piece that goes up into there, that like bottom cap, same thing. It's a totally flat surface if you leave that cap off. so you can have that resting on something flat really easily.
See, and that's huge kudos to whoever did the design of this kit and breaking it apart.
Yes.
Because even the Cities of Sigmar, so I got the stupid terrain piece for the army because I will buy them even though I hate them.
Yep.
The thing that sucks about it is that stupid guy up top, that little Lego guy.
Yeah.
That kit is built so that top piece is perfectly flat or hollow based upon how you decide to build it to kit bash whatever you want on top of it. Because they knew people are like, this is dumb. And they knew not that this was going to be dumb with this COGFORT, but they knew it's going in every army. Everybody's going to convert it. So that is such great. Kudos to whoever did those, because you knew like, hey, we're going to leave it like this so people can do what they want because either they don't like it or it needs to be converted.
Yeah, and shout out to Martin Orlando that found it. One of the sculptors posted about this on Instagram. Was just like posting about like what an awesome experience it was working on this project. There were 3 different sculptors that worked on it.
Yeah, I heard there was a couple. I found that,
and I went and I just straight up asked him, "Did you guys design it like this on purpose to like make it easier to convert?" And he just straight up said that they did. They knew that people were going to want to convert something like this, and they sliced it up in a way that was going to make it easier for people to work with for conversions. Like, chef's kiss. Yeah. Amazing. Please do more of this.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you respecting and treating the customer like an adult.
Yes.
But also having it in a way that a young child could build it and be happy with it and have a really cool model. Like, you can achieve all of this.
Yes. And I have to say the actual construction of it on its own is really not difficult. It takes a long time because it's a lot of pieces and it's big, right? Sure, it's a 160 millimeter base that the thing is on. It's enormous for an AOS model.
Right.
It doesn't take a long time because it's hard. It's just a lot of pieces.
Right, but you can follow it step by step without issue.
Yeah. This is just a quick snapshot of like the bottom of the construction of it. Like that cap that you can leave off.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you can easily rest stuff on there. And those like wells, I guess I would call them, on the side where the legs go. They leave a really nice kind of scaffolding to put other kinds of legs in there that aren't the legs that come with the COG for doing a conversion.
The most obvious, and I've seen it already by multiple people in good ways all around, Alariel's beetle.
Yeah. Yep. And it's hidden all just enough that like it can just, you can leave those legs off and stick that on top of something and it works. And it doesn't look like there were just pieces left off of something.
Which is great. Yeah. That's like amazing.
Yeah. Other optional piece here, the like roof of the turret you can just leave off, and it's all like there's tons of detail on the inside, like they want it to be optional.
Right.
Like I did that with my Nurgle one. I left the top off of it, and it works just fine. And there's a lot of ways that you can just it leaves you with options for conversions.
So
if you put it all in there, like all of the detail in there, as I said, like there's a guy that goes inside this. There's 2 guys actually that go inside this.
Yeah, I saw the cannon one where they left the roof off for the cannon, which I kind of get for the cannon to maybe leave the roof off. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more probably vulnerable to leave the flame top off because it's like, this is highly flammable stuff. We want to make sure it's protected from the elements.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Other cool thing just to note in the construction of it, the 4 legs are actually all modular. They're all a little bit different, but you can stick each leg in each different socket. So
you have each slightly different house.
Looks like it's like walking a little bit differently.
That's cool. That's cool. Can you position them as well, or is it just kind of locked in?
They're kind of locked in, but okay. One One of them, of course, is doing the Captain Morgan, like one leg up on a rock.
Yeah.
Always. Everything has to have the Captain Morgan pose.
Well, unless you bought multiple to do an all stone version, then you can do a different tower.
Yeah, there you go. Other cool thing is the turret piece. In all of their artwork, all of their like pictures of it, it just is like that static, like cannon straight forward.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be that way. You can have it turn to the side in any way that you want. And you could even just leave it free floating and turn it mid game to point at what you want to shoot at.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a cute little feature.
Yeah, I always glue my stuff down out of fear of it breaking or being lost, but it's cool that there's the option to do that.
Yeah. This like mechanism on the back, like the like steam engine, that's another piece that you can kind of leave off. And there's a nice little like set of arms there that are coming off the back that it sits on, that you can easily like put, like still have those there, but put something else where that steam engine thing would be.
I love that thing too, because have you read the lore about these?
No, I have not.
So that steam engine, it's like a Dwarden human and like engineering marvel. It's what powers the whole device. They're so valuable that they all are. I'm not sure if it's modeled that way, but they said it's all. They're all attached to a emergency escape balloon. So if the COGFORT's about to be lost, you can launch that thing into the sky so the enemy doesn't get it. Who cares about the people? We need to save this furnace.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. So to me, that furnace is always going on.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I left the carriage off of the Slaves to Darkness one, and I left the furnace off of the Nurgle one.
Well, I mean, you can always, like, the thing is too, like, they could have found this and they took it and the furnace escaped, but like Nurgle's like, here, I'm just gonna spit on it, and here's my energy as the Nurgle god, and it's like, great, yeah, it works again. Like there's ways to like for it to work without it for sure, and it's reasonable within the setting of Mortal Realms. But
yep. So this is just a random picture of me like laying out bits for the Slaves to Darkness one. Just I have rated my bits boxes so aggressively for these. I was saving bits for so long for so many things. I didn't know what I was actually saving them for, and it turns out that they have all been saved for COGFORTS.
I mean, yeah, one day you sent me old world bits and you sent me a whole ass Green Knight.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, thank you.
I have so much random shit. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with a Green Knight, but I bet Chuck knows what he's doing with a Green Knight.
Yep, it's now in my Bretonian army where it belongs.
Yeah, there you go. So this is just work in process shot on my Slaves COGFORT. Lots of spikes and the legs from the Soul Grinder and one of the endless spells on the top of it.
Nice. You know what? Like, yeah, the Soul Grinder's a good option.
Yeah.
Or if we could imagine, I wonder if it would fit on the base of like the old War Shrine. If you could find one of those, might be too big.
I was honestly thinking about it. I was really thinking about it. Because I do have a War Shrine, but I didn't want to cannibalize it for this project. I just wanted to keep it because that was also a fun conversion project back in the day.
Yeah. For
my Nurgle Slaves to Darkness army, RIP War Shrine.
Yeah, I missed the War Shrine. It was great. It needs to come back.
Yeah, it needs to come back in one of the two games. It's not in Old World either, right?
No, they're ramping up the chaos. That's more story driven than anything else. So I think we will see it back there. I hope we see it back before we see them redo it too, as well.
Yeah,
because we can go the preservation history of Warhammer models. Just like we could go into that topic anytime.
Oh yeah. This is my pièce de résistance, though, the Nurgle COGFORT.
Yeah, it's your boy.
So many bits in it. So many bits. All the bits. And I still want to work more on the paint job. It is not where I want it to be yet. Definitely going to work on that. Like, this has to come to Nova with me. Like, just on principle. Like, I'm going to lose all of my games because of it, but it's got to come.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. It looks cool as heck.
Yeah. Like, it's just fun.
Are you going to Holy Wars?
Going to Holy Havoc.
Holy Havoc. Yeah, I just went to Holy Wars.
Yes. Holy Havoc in November. I'm going. It's going to be fun. I've got to bring the COGFORT. I've got a another conversion for my Warlord that I'm working on that I'm pretty pumped about. I just have to actually make some parts of it work. I'm basically, actually, he's hanging out right here.
Nice.
Work in process, taking Tornus the Redeemed and bringing him back to Grandfather Nurgle.
Very nice. Very nice. Going backwards again with it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, at the end of the holy event I was at recently, teased something about COGFORTS. I
know. I talked to Reed. I got some of the backstory of this.
Yeah, I don't think Reed's as on board with it as Steve is. So,
yeah, Reed is not on board with everybody gets a COGFORT.
I think it's wonderful. Everybody gets COGFORT, but you have to convert it unless you're playing cities. I would say read the roll.
Yeah. It'd be wild. Everybody gets a COGFORT.
Yep.
That'd be really crazy. I'd be in for it.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
No idea how you'd balance that, by the way. Like,
well,
there is no balancing that.
It's perfectly balanced. Everybody gets a COGFORT.
That's true.
Everybody gets one, and also the tables kill them anyway, so who cares?
Yeah. I think my biggest worry is flying to Chicago with a COGFORT in like luggage.
Oh no, sir. You pack your army in your luggage. Your COGFORT, you're holding the entire flight, and as soon as somebody asks about it, you'd be like, okay, so there was this whole world called the Old World, and there was these gods, and there's this guy named Sigmar. Because that's what, a 3-hour flight for you, maybe? You know?
Yeah, about 3 hours. Yeah,
about 3 hours. Yeah, they're stuck.
So engage full autism and make them regret ever asking a question.
You pop that Tylenol, sir, and you go to town, and you get them involved.
So there was once an elder god. His name was Nurgle. And he's the grandfather of all gods.
Yeah, you got to take your spin on it for sure. So actually, so side note, my go-to. So I play an MMO, Final Fantasy 14, with my wife and friends.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do raids, and occasionally there's some jerk that won't roll on the final stuff because like there's like a pet and like other fun, unique things as well as gear. They won't roll on it, hoping people leave because they get tired of waiting, so they have a better odds of winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, people like me exist, and my friends will sit there because it's usually about a minute or two. When as soon as I hear anyone in my friend circle on Discord get frustrated, it turns into me starting to tell the entire story of Warhammer 40K.
Oh my god!
And let me tell you, every single time that stuff gets rolled for really quickly, it's wonderful. So hey, if you need to make somebody uncomfortable, especially against their will, to start telling them about Warhammer in extreme detail.
Yeah. One of the options I have 2 different travel cases. And one of them is one of like the really like hard-sided cases that has a clear front.
Oh yeah. Is it the one with the light in it?
No, I don't have a light in it.
My clubmate Luke has one. It has a light in it, and he plays Stormcast. I'm just like, dude, you're just cosplaying your army. It's wonderful. Because like we'll be walking out after club night, and he's using it as the light to get to his car. It's literally a lantern full of Stormcast. It's so incredible. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, but it's like being an introverted person naturally, I avoid bringing that one with me places because like it always starts conversations. And I usually try to avoid conversations. But what if I lean into the conversations to a point that no one wants to talk to me?
Correct. Or you just put in a giant sex toy in the front. That way no one will talk to you ever if that's the first thing they see in it. I'm giving you options.
Or they're the wrong / right person and they really want to talk to you.
If they come up and start talking to you about it, you'd be like, I'm going to leave now. You know who to avoid.
Yeah. So the real reason we've gathered you all here today is the random ideas for COGFORTS for various different armies.
It's right. It's not old world and sex toys, everybody.
Oh man, old world sex toys.
No.
That's gonna be a sight.
No, I did no. No, that's too much. Jokes are okay. Actual topic? No, I'm out. I don't want to. No.
All right. So Granny's not in Chuck's search history. Got it. So I'm thinking we just go through armies in alphabetical order and we just like spitball ideas for cool stuff.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So that gives us Blades of Corn up first as like our first army that we obviously have to unload an entire like case of those boxes of skulls onto a base and then cover a cog fort in skulls and build a throne of skulls on the top of it.
Actually, I do have one question for you real quick.
Yes.
Before we dive in fully into Blades of Corn, which is your favorite build? The cannon? Not rules, just vibes. The cannon or the flamethrower?
Oh, just on vibes, I have to go flamethrower.
I agree like, wholeheartedly.
Because if you're going to shoot from a distance, what is the point of having legs and getting closer to the enemy?
Right. Like, it walked to the event. Like, no, I have train features that just show up even though they don't have legs. Come on.
Yeah. Like you get close to the enemy because this is a Trojan horse with a flamethrower.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
Also, gameplay wise, I have actually tried the Slaves to Darkness flamethrower COGFORT, right? Which is the one where you can put guys inside it and then deploy them into your opponent's face. Very fun. I went with a unit of Chosen with the Slaanesh banner and then a Demon Prince marked Slaanesh. Reason for this: Slaves to Darkness Slaanesh mark gives you roll charge on 3d6, drop the lowest.
Ooh, okay.
When you come out of the cog fort, you're +1 damage to all of your melee attacks.
Dang, yeah.
And then the Slaanesh banner also gives that unit of Chosen +1 attack when they charge.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I deleted like a third of my opponent's army, top of one with that.
Yeah, listen, I agree with you fully. Vibe alone, I like the flamethrower one. And honestly, rules, I'm the same. I think it's the better of the two options just because of what I want to do with it.
Yeah. I think for Nurgle in particular, my Nurgle one is always going to be the cannon version because like just for that army, the artillery support works. And I already have other like I have Gut Rot Spume to throw stuff like in my opponent's face from the backfield already.
Right. Yeah. You don't need that. So second follow up before we dive into Blades of Corn.
Yes.
Did you see my meme when these came out?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you able to bring up an image from searching it on the video here?
Yeah, I can bring up something. What am I looking for?
Well, bring up the flame version of the cannon to start. The standard stock flame version. You can go, GW's website, no big deal. This is what I want to ask the sculptor of this kit.
Okay. And let me go.
Sorry, I'm making Paul do work, everybody.
And whoops, that's wrong. Here, and share screen from a window from, nope, not that window. I need to put that in a separate window. There we go.
Don't leak the group chat. Don't leak the group chat.
There's nothing interesting in our group chat.
I know. We're our group chat. My group chats are very boring too.
Yeah, I have no interesting group chats. Okay, go on. Cogfort flamethrower.
Perfect. And this is what I want to ask the developer. If the next image I'm asking you to search is the inspiration. So you like scroll down. You see that one on the, like you see like the roundabout images, like the big flame out there, the little like octagonal style roof and all that.
Yeah.
All right, now I want you to go into the Google search. And this is not bad. It's not going to get you in any sort of YouTube trouble. Type in Pokemon.
I'm not worried about it.
I know. Type in Pokemon and then space Turtonator. Turtinator. Tell me that's not the same image. The head, the flamethrower, has a shell, but hey.
Wow.
Did the sculptor is this the sculptor's favorite, one of the three sculptors? It's at least one of their favorite Pokemon. I'm convinced. It's the same image. Sorry, stupidest meme you'll ever see on the show.
Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing. Oh man. Yeah, the flamethrower is definitely fun.
Yes.
I gotta find a way to make the flame more flamey for my Slaves to Darkness conversion. But
yeah, sure.
Anywho, are we ready to dive into individual armies?
Now we are, yes. So
I'm
gonna on my side, I'm gonna bring up the web store and see what we can convert out of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Blades of Corn, what I'm thinking is you take the terrain piece from Flesh Eater Quartz, because it's a throne, right? And you build a skull throne out of that on top of the Cogfort. And you cover that in skulls.
I love it, but I would raise it one level.
Okay.
Take the skull altar.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two sides, which is like mimicking the horns on like, the Space Marines, like the corn skull helmet. Take those sides and put it on the top above that throne.
Yes. 100%.
So you have the skull altar, which I love. I didn't even think about that. But yes, an actual skull throne and then the little shrine around it to represent corn. So it looks like a giant Cornite demon head.
Yeah.
Because then you could even
exactly.
If you're doing the flame version, the little place that comes down where the troops run out of, the gangplank.
Yeah.
Could you 3D print it? Look, you make it a mouth, looks like a tongue. So it looks like it's just a demon's head as the Cogfort.
Yep. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. I think that's it. Anything else is too much.
Or not enough. It's just right.
Well, it's true. It's true. I mean, you could also take another option. You could take a bunch of Blood Throne or Skull Cannon, like the little chariot, and put that as the base, possibly. I think it's okay walking still. Because corn would be okay crunching things beneath its feet.
Yep. What could be kind of cool is taking some juggernauts and like have it like riding the juggernauts.
Uh,
It might work.
that might work. That's true. That might work.
Or pulling it somehow.
I mean, you could always just chain Scarbrand to it. Scarbrand's pulling it.
Yeah.
He'd hate that.
Scarbrand, by the way, awesomely fun in the new GHB. I don't know if you've encountered this yet.
No, I can only imagine. He is the most fun melee combat monster ever, as he should be.
Yeah.
I haven't played the new GHB yet, sadly.
Oh, it's the best it's been in a while. It's the best of 4th edition so far, for sure.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right. Up next on the docket, Cities of Sigmar.
Oh, you're going... Okay, we're going alphabetical. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Alphabetical. Why not? It's the easiest way in the app.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So here is my thought. That you take your legacy Cities of Sigmar army that all of your models have been squatted from, and you take all of those bits and you make the coolest cog fort possible themed to the city of your choice and the race of your choice, and build an entire army around that.
Well, not race, because don't forget, everybody who fell in love with cities before the current book was there for the cosmopolitan nature of the book before GW decided that, nope, we're going to be a single race army.
Yep.
So yeah, I Holy Havoc, I was mixed. Elves and humans. I'm living cities. So I worship Alariel and Sigmar. Yeah. So I would put a tree on top of this if I was to do it for my cities army. I would not leave it stock standard. I probably wouldn't change it highly.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly as it should be. But I agree. Take the bits, take the stuff that's going away that you love. Like if you're doing not Nuln, what's the equivalent of a Nuln?
Empire? Free Guild?
No, Ironweld Arsenal?
Yeah, Ironweld Arsenal. And
yes.
Greywater Fastness is the city.
Greywater yes. So you put on a bunch of dwarf stuff because that's where they would be.
Yep.
And if you're Akshi based, if you're Hammerhall Akshi or Hammerhall got Gyran, then just leave it stock standard because you're boring and you're basic.
Yep. I don't like. There's just so many fun options, even to just like throw like the unique banners from the different races all over it.
Yes,
you know, like they all have their old like artillery crews and stuff like that from Old World that would be perfect guys to be manning it.
There's so many bits that you can grab. Like you said, banners galore. To be fair, I use more banners in cities because I can just bring that, or cities in Sigmar because I can just bring that many than I do in Old World because I only need like 1 or 2. I'm not going to run 5 different units, so I'm not going to be able to full command. So getting those bits from friends is very easy if you have an Old World friend in your life.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I feel like in cities, like the Cities of Sigmar ones, I think we're going to end up seeing like all the stock standard, boring, no conversions. When like it's also the one that's just like the most like the most fertile ground for conversions with the history of the army and like what the lore of the army is.
So yeah, cities it's the most boring option for this piece. But it could also be the most individualistic.
Yeah.
Because I can think of many more conversions for cities based upon, like you said, the theme of it. Like living cities, I'm going to have a whole ass tree on top of it. I'll probably change the legs out to be more of like the treeman legs from those types of kits. I'd put banners on it from the wood elf stuff. I'd have humans mix in, steel helms, all this sort of stuff. Like that's just one. And you have all the different city options. So there could be a very robust difference from cities to city. Like, and honestly, chatting about this right now has me more excited to add it to my city's army than I have before, because my first instinct with this kit was to put it elsewhere.
Right. But in cities, it's like it's just like a canvas to make it actually feel like your city that your army is run.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, every city's model I've ever painted feels like that. My whole city's army is completely kit bashed for wood elves / humans. So yeah. So like,
Yeah.
and I say that because like literally coming into the show, I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm like, that's boring. I'm not going to ever put it there. Now, like you're talking about it, like, yeah, I can see what I would do with this.
Yeah.
And that's just as exciting as any other option you're going to hear tonight.
Yeah.
Like what's the Shyish one?
Oh man, Shyish. What city is in Shyish?
I forget. But
I don't remember. I remember we had 11 cities that had rules alone.
Oh, I know. It was wonderful. Now my living cities, it's not even mentioned in the book, even though I have transfers. Like there's a lot like that. It's crazy. But the Shyish one, you could take the Nagash Endless Spellhead. You could just put night coming out of it, even though it's all human. I'm trying to think because I was calling like the Hammer Hall like the basic bitch of it. What could you do that's exciting? You could do a little bit more flame oriented. You could lean into the city. There is iconography. Like you could have lava pouring out of it in one side or just more vines. I think you still leave those more stock standard for that city specifically based upon whichever side you're on. And you just kit bash a little bit.
Yeah. Like how cool could you do something with like Phoenicium?
Oh, well, you can't. It's dead.
Well, doesn't mean that you can't still have it be their relic from the Phoenicium. Still roaming the battlefields.
That's true, I guess. I mean, there's the Phoenix kit, the Phoenix Guard.
What if you like took the Phoenix wings from the Phoenix kit and like stuck them on the side and like painted them as stone, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like an ode to the Phoenixes.
I think you more put it on the top and you have like the gun coming out of the Phoenix's mouth.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, yeah, that'd be pretty good. Or you do Anvil Guard. Okay, Anvil Guard's gone, obviously, so it's hard Kron, whatever you want. You could be the remnants of Anvil Guard, which, by the way, the current White Dwarf has a whole story about Anvil Guard and the Stormcast and all the guys trying to take it back from Marathi. I'm reading it, and I don't know what's going to happen. And it was like, what? This should be a major plot point. Marathi holds it, but she lets them go, so whatever. But anyway, you could have one where you take a Marathi kit, because don't forget the Shadow Queen destroyed a COGFORT before we knew what they looked like.
Yeah.
She soloed it. So you could have a COGFORT maybe being animated by the Shadow Queen being inside of it, like she's pretending or something. Or you could just do the duel of that. That would be pretty cool. Like piece of, if you want to do the duel for
Golden Diorama.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Speaking of Daughters of Cain, they are up next alphabetically.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
I feel like you've got a million ideas for this.
My first and biggest idea, and yes, I do. First and biggest idea is actually to leave it fairly as is.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously take out all the humans. They're gone. Who cares? We don't do that here. But take the Canary. So treat it like the Bats in the Belfry style thing.
Mm-hmm.
That they've made it their home. So they live up top. Maybe there's some witch elves actually running the whole thing, but that's their mobile home because they want to have that place to sleep at night, sleeping like a bat. That's the one I think I would do. Second option, that new Shrine of Dark Tribute is the same size base. It's huge. You could take that top and have it. Now, here's the hard part. I'm trying not to talk about maybe 3D prints, but you need a bigger cauldron.
Yeah.
But the big cauldron that Marathi has, the Myth Core, like her cauldron, the mother cauldron, you could do one that's like almost as big on the top of that, put the shrine around it, and use the stairs as if it's wrapping around the whole outside of it.
Yeah.
So like you don't know what's going on the inside at all. Like everybody's on the outside. But a giant walking cauldron of blood, essentially. So if you want to lean more into that, trying to think, Cthulhu would be kind of hard to do. She's pretty. I don't think she'd care about that. Plus, she's very such subtleness. And also, by the way, this whole thing, I said witch elves on there. No, you're putting blood hags on there. They're in armor.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the elite of the elite. You could also grab the Endless Spell, the Heart of Cain. I wouldn't put it on the very top. That would look kind of cringy, but it could be in the very front. Like it's almost
or on the
honestly,
back.
well, if it's on the front, you could kind of make it look like it's maybe been crucified to it, which would be a very interesting symbolism from Marathi Cain, because it's dripping the blood, it's holding the heart, almost because like it's the whole thing from Marathi going like, oh yeah, I've taken control of Cain. I tell Cain what to do because I am Cain now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think like very blood focused. I'm trying the shadow part is the hard part to figure out what to do with it. I won't lie. There's not many kit bashing options. If you were to do a shadow type option for it, I would say you're probably going to grab the dark elf black dragon and maybe make it like it's a little mini dragon home, and maybe don't even put the gun on it. Especially if you're doing the fire one, just do the dragon. If you're transporting around this tower with a dragon on it and the dragon just breathes the fire upon your enemies. That's probably the best shadow one I can come up with because I've been very blood focused on this.
I feel like the blood is the one that is going to work a bit easier with the design. Like it's easier to get the blood vibes in there.
It is. But like generally too, like if you look at all the models, Canary are already flying. You could easily just attach them to this outside. You could have 1 or 2 bow snakes on the inside just for like archery range instead of the range guys up there. Every single Daughter's Cain hero is on some sort of tactical rock or has a foot up, so you could easily put them on every command position possible. Yeah. There's no problems bashing it to a Daughters of Cain. And it would be probably the option I would do because it would get the most possible chance of play for me in it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Disciples of Tzeentch. That was one of the ones that was in their first article, like promoting the idea of doing COGFORT conversions. And it was lots and lots of flames that it was riding on. I know I have a friend that is currently working on one converted to Tzeentch, and there is a giant 3D printed disc of Tzeentch involved.
Yes.
I love it. I feel like after that, I'm like, I don't know what else you can do. Like Tzeentch has to just be either on a disc or on flames, right?
Yeah, you put Tzeentch on that disc. The only 2 other kits I think you buy for the conversion, the Endless Spells and the Terrain feature.
Yeah.
Because you could put the symbol of Tzeentch or the book on top of that tower facing the opponent. You could even have like the little flame version of Kairos breathing the fire or shooting the cannonball as like the actual cannon. And then at least one of the terrain pieces you could attach to the outside or both, like it's swirling around it.
Yeah.
That's it. I think everything else, like I can't see how to put a lower change in here at all. I think that's too much. But the terrain feature, I would love to see that swirling around it.
Yeah. The other idea that I was thinking is going in the Silver Tower direction.
Okay.
That somehow trying to make the COGFORT, since it's already kind of a tower, to make it look like a silver tower in some way. But I don't know enough about like the lore of what they're supposed to look like that to like make that happen. I don't know if you had any thoughts on that.
I think the hard part for that is mostly the fact that it's made of stone, clearly.
Yeah.
So I honestly, this is something you need to ask like Martin or Vince.
Yeah.
How can I convert this via painting as well? Because I'm not a painter, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just kit bashing things on top of it to make it look like it's a silver tower consuming this tower.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think simple is best for the Tzeentch.
Yeah. Flesh Eater Quartz is the next one up.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like this is a place to lean into the delusion.
Okay, all right, I like it. Where are we at? Where are we going?
I'm thinking it looks very castle-like, so you kind of lean into the Bretonian aesthetics and make it just kind of look like a walking castle. And you have like your guys hanging out and feasting all over it, but really have it lean into like the grails and maybe have it being pulled by like the endless spell that has like the horses.
Right.
Um,
but put the Bretonian field trebuchet on top, but it's throwing meat instead of stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm digging that general vibe, going with like I really like the delusion ideas of Flesh Eater Courts, and I just feel like the lore is so good, but they never have really translated that very well into the actual models for the most part.
Right.
And I mean, part of me just wants to make a Flesh Eater Courts army that's like totally converted out of Bretonian stuff.
Yeah. I mean, especially too, like with that conversion you're talking about, just buy a Bretonian kit of knights and litter pieces around.
Yeah.
Like it's what they've been feasting upon. They've been feasting upon the knights.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe take one Bretonian character and he's the statue in front, and it was actually a city's hero, but they think it's them. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not really sure what to do with Flesh Eater Courts. Like, it feels like you have to make it part of the delusion.
I think you do.
Or just have it be like it's very much just a COGFORTS, but that's been hijacked by people that are fully under the delusion.
Sure, yeah.
But that's a little boring.
I agree.
Fire Slayers, I have no idea what to do with.
You roll them into a bigger army.
A Magma Droth?
No, I think the Magma Droth look weird.
Yeah, Magma Droth's not big enough.
Because the other thing is too, some dwarves did work on COGFORTS. We know that in the lore.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of reverence there. You could take the face of the Magmatic Battleforge and put it on the front, but that's a lot of green stuff work you have to do.
Is that what that thing is actually called? Everyone I have ever spoken to always just refers to it as the pizza oven.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know it had a real name.
But also, you could use that as like where the gun comes out of too, even possibly.
Oh yeah,
with some cutting.
like
that might be.
Out of its mouth.
Yeah, but I don't think that. I think the dwarves would look at this and go like, "Hey, this is pretty good because we worked on it. We can make it slightly better, and it's really just them dressing it up."
Yeah.
And then obviously putting some Fire Slayer dwarves around the area for aesthetic effects.
Yeah, like unfortunately, it goes back to like the general problem with that army that it's just not a very wide range. So like there aren't a lot of bits to play with. There's not a lot of different themes to play with.
The best bit maybe from a Magmadroth kit is the throne on the back. You put that up top, so like the commander general's staring at the whole battlefield.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
maybe if you turn it into a dwarf head and you put a giant mohawk on it.
Well, like I said, you could use the Magmatic Forge and make that happen. And you could even put the throne, you'd have to buy a couple, but you could make it look like it's a mohawk, and the one on top and center is where he stands.
Yeah.
You could do that, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, Fire Slayer's not a lot of room to work with, unfortunately.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. Gloomspite Gits, I think we could do some fun with, though.
That's true. We can.
I badly want to put a Doom Diver on top of one of these. In fact, I might use those bits for a Skaven one.
Okay. Sure.
But we'll talk about Skaven when we get there. My
Yeah.
ideas for Skaven.
First and foremost, you put Kragnos as the guy carrying this thing because no one likes him anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It's obviously the Ragnarok is the easiest choice.
Yeah. And even with that, like just take the legs off it. Don't have it ride a spider. Have it be a spider.
Right. Because then you can like do eggs up the back of it. Like this is just its like shell. Like it's a spider, but it thinks it's a crab.
Yep. Yeah. Because when you start throwing legs on these, they do kind of have hermit crab vibes.
Right. Yeah, you get just loaded up with goblins. I don't know how to build the Bad Moon Loon Shrine, but that's easy. I mean, you could throw that on top, but that's pushing it a little bit. I would say maybe more look at the endless spells. There's the small moon, or maybe the mushroom nuke looking thing.
Yeah.
It's just like the kind of like centerpiece, the top, if you want to. But I think honestly, the spider and goblins around it might be enough with just like little accoutrements mixed in here and there. You don't need to go overboard with this.
Yeah, I think spider vibes in general work well with this.
You could take the fanatics, and I know they've just cut the ball off, so make it look like they're whipping around the tower with chains, like they're swinging, like Indiana Jones style, just so there's some dynamic stuff going around it. Like, yeah,
that would definitely be cool.
Yeah, because they're all in such great positions, like they're just doing crazy stuff.
Yeah. Slaanesh. This is one I actually have pondered a little bit because I do have Slaanesh bits.
Okay.
Because I have a Slaanesh army I never play. What I was thinking is taking like the back from like Dexessa and Sinessa and doing that as like a big decorative thing on the sides of it.
No, you don't do it on the sides. You put it on the front like it's a big awning, so the guys coming out of the center are shaded.
Ooh,
so it's like it's a big awning for them to party under, which party means killing the enemy near them.
Yep. Also, I think using the a couple of the chariot kits and using like those like spiky wheels as like the thing that it's driving on instead of feet.
See, I wonder if you couldn't use the base of Glutos's model. It has guys pulling it, and it's a big like chariot type thing.
Yeah, you probably could make that work.
Yeah, because then you could just put the Glutos characters up around it. Like you can put Glutos on top of it, it would still be with it. Like you could just make a better Glutos kit in general of just a Glutos kit, possibly.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Another option.
That. Yeah, that's one aspect of that army that I just wish they would lean more into the other forms of excess. Like we need more gluttony. We need more. I don't know. Pick a thing that's not sex.
No, sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they kind of do with Sigvald, the vanity.
Yeah.
So if you want to do like a Sigvald thing, you could just have him at the top with the cannon looking at the mirror. Like you could do a little diorama. Like the other thing is too, like we're talking about kit bashing, it looks cool. You could also just tell a story on top of this thing and it'd still work as a kit bash.
Right. Yep.
Like you could have a whole concert happening with the Infernal Rapturous, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, cause
turning it into a giant concert venue with like all of the different like instrument playing models of some kind.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you could take that base, put the gun on it, and then just expand that top. Like, why not make it excessive to the point of like if it wasn't glued down, it looked like it shouldn't stand or not fall over, and have like a whole court of excess happening on the very top of this huge platform. You could even make it that platform bigger than the base of the model itself. This is plastic miniatures, so we're fine with this.
Yeah,
you could have a keeper up there just chatting away with Glutos and maybe Sigvald if you feel like it. Obviously, if you're having Heck, if you're having Sigvald in the army, who cares? This is pretend Sigvald. Like, this is his duplicate down there. He's letting him do the work. I say that you put it on Glutos's base, and on the very top, you just take whatever you can to kit bash the top of that as to be a big flat platform above the gun that's bigger than the base itself, and you just put a full merry court, like the mask is dancing, the Infernal Rapturous is playing, you just have random people up there just chit-chatting, like there's no war beneath them, like they're completely void, and everything below it is just war and battle.
That's a very cool idea. I like that. I really hope somebody does that idea now.
Let's hope.
I don't know. I don't know if enough people will ever view this video to catch the ideas, but I don't know. We're having fun.
The non-cowards will.
Hellsmiths of Hashut. Obviously, it's just got to be the artillery train that this army deserves.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's, you're 100% it. There's nothing else that would be worth it. Everything else would just be forcing a theme that shouldn't exist.
Right. Like maybe even just making it into a rail car with lots and lots of guns.
And everyone's wondering, how do I make it into a rail car? Go to your local train shop. You can figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, they will. The model train guys will love to talk to you.
Well, only if you're talking about trains. Pretend you like trains.
Pretend that's fine. Hey, listen, there's a lot of people in this community that love trains too.
Question.
Yes.
Planes, trains, or automobiles?
In what regard?
Favorite to look at, watch, and know more about for no reason other than coolness. Or boats. You can throw boats in there too, I suppose. Yeah.
I am going to honestly go with trains.
Okay, I'm plane.
Planes are close second, though.
Yeah. Trains are my close second. But trains more for the fact of how they can make society work so well together, and planes just because it's in the fucking sky. It's like hundreds of thousands of pounds. Yes, I love it. Anyway, sorry.
Oh man, but yeah, I feel like you could do a really cool artillery train concept with it, or just take every piece, like every gun you can imagine, and just go so over the top. See if you can make your opponent count how many gun barrels are in your kit.
Yeah, go buy the Dwarven Kingdom's Old World. Go buy a gyrocopter kit, a gyro bomber kit. Go buy all their cannons, their organ guns, and just fit them in here.
Yeah, everything.
Yep.
Plus all of the Hellsmiths existing artillery kits, because if you get one of the artillery pieces, I mean, it's got like the actual the guns for both, right? You get the rockets and the cannon. So you buy two of those, you got two sets of rockets, two cannons. You're rocking and rolling. It's going to be a very expensive cog fort, but if you're building any of these cog forts from scratch, doing conversions, and you don't have the bits on hand already, they're all going to be expensive, friends.
Now, do you leave it on legs or the train wheel? Okay, if you don't do train wheels, I should say, no train wheels. Do you leave it on legs, or do you put as many gyrocopter bits as possible so it's flying?
Oh,
train's still the priority. Train's still the priority.
Train priority, but I like using gyrocopter and gyro bomber bits. Like have like two gyro bombers like on either side of it.
Yep.
Like pontoons, keeping it aloft.
You can full Dr. Robotnik this whole thing with this army.
You could.
It's okay. There's better options for roboticizing when we get to another dwarf faction.
Of course. Oh yeah. We're gonna have a lot of fun when we get to KO, I can tell.
Yeah.
Ideneth Deepkin. I think there's some interesting options here. And the obvious thing that I know people have already done and will continue to do is just put it on the back of a turtle. But I veto
don't like it.
The turtle.
Yeah,
that's number one, it's too obvious. Number two, we can go way, way deeper with this.
Yes. I have my options. What are you thinking?
All right. Number one, there was one that I actually really liked. That somebody did a bunch of 3D printed or sculpted bits and had it basically being like the whole base was just like a turbulent ocean and it was being held up by tentacles. Like
Okay.
a kraken was carrying it around.
I'm taking the approach, by the way, for this fully kit bashing all 100% GW on this one.
Yeah.
Your
other option that I'm thinking is you take the terrain piece and you turn it into a ship.
You could do that, yeah. I can see that. I'm going different direction. I like your first option better. I'm starting with the Idoneth Deepkin manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm cutting it real low. I'm putting the tentacles around it to help add support, so it looks like this thing's being washed ashore. And to help emphasize that, I'm spending an extra $150 on the Eidolon of Mathlan, the aspect. So I could grab everything but the stupid elf itself to make it look like critters and water are what's pushing this thing forward.
That's cool.
Now, maybe I'll put the Eidolon somewhere on there because if I'm spending that much, you might as well. But I want this thing to be fully like having just been to the beach and seeing the waves crash in and the fish that swim up to grab something and try and swim away before like the sandpipers eat them.
Yep.
I want that vibe. I want this looking like it's something that's being washed ashore on the beach. And yeah, just like out of nowhere and like, whoa, what's this? I didn't know this was here. Because also too, a giant stone tower being washed ashore by the beach onto the beach is frightening. How powerful is that water? Having also been caught in a riptide semi recently, that's a lot of force.
Yeah. Another idea that I did have was if we go to an old Cities of Sigmar kit now.
Okay. All right.
Been retired. Take the Luminarch of Heish and we make it a lighthouse.
I love that actually. I don't know if I can buy the Luminarch anymore though.
Their eBay is always there.
That's
cost
true.
is clearly no object here, right?
That's true. I spent $210 on kit bashing options. So I'm sure I'm going to search it right now how much a Luminarch would go for on eBay while you chat.
Yeah. And really you only need the Luminarch bits so then you can harvest the bits you need, build the Hurricanum and sell that back on eBay. It's practically free.
$50. Maybe 60
really?
shipped. Yeah. Luminarch unbuilt.
That's not bad.
No, there's a pro painted one for $435, but you're not doing that one. Located in Greece. I'm sure it is, buddy.
Yeah.
Sealed in box, about $75.80. You don't need that.
Yeah. You really only need the bits from the top.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I think a lighthouse is a good option. That's much more thematic. And to be fair, you could do my bit on the bottom and put the lighthouse on top still, and it still works.
Yeah.
It's only $400 or $500 for this kit bash, guys. Jump on board.
Absolutely. Unless, of course, you already have like an excess of Idoneth bits in Cities of Sigmar bits, and in which case it's practically free.
It's girl math right there.
Yeah. Listen, you've got all of these bits hanging around already. If you don't use them for a cool conversion, you're losing money.
That's true. Yeah, 100%. You paid for that plastic. Use it.
Yeah. All right. Our next army is, I think, one of the armies that could get some of the coolest conversions. Caradron Overlords.
100%. This is the easiest one.
Yep. Potentially like the most expensive to like fully outfit all of the ideas that I have in my head.
Yeah. Let's lay the groundwork. And by saying that, I mean this thing is not allowed to touch the ground.
Nope.
Yeah. Like I mean, obviously for support reasons, yes, but this thing is flying.
Yeah. Like there's skydocks in the lore.
Right.
there's floating cities in the lore.
Look at the terrain feature. It's just a mini little tower. And by the way, we're not using that terrain feature at all.
Oh no.
You know what we're doing? If you look at that terrain feature, you see it on the outside. There's like this little like dock area.
Yep.
Well, we're buying a few boats, obviously, to put the balloons on top. I assume is that baseline?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's baseline, but I think secondarily, you need a bunch of like engine riggers to take those balloons and put them where the legs would be for additional floaty support.
Oh, 100%. I'm fine with that. That makes perfect sense. Outside of that, though, you're going over to Necromunda terrain.
Yeah,
in
I see where you're
Necromunda
going.
terrain, so many gangplanks and platforms and railings and just like these other sort of big objects that would look fine in the sky if they were being held aloft by some other force. And you're just grabbing different parts of it, whether it's guns, railings. You're making this thing a floating, not a floating tower. This is a floating town.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a thriving economy inside this structure because it's going to be on its own. It showed up because it wanted to, not because the army's there. Someone owns this vessel like they own a frigate or a frigate. No, frigate's not the biggest. I like the frigates. What's the big one?
Ironclad.
Yeah. Like this is its own ship. Is how we're going to treat this.
Yeah.
And also there's like even at Necromunda, Promethean tanks refueling station. They're like just big balloons that could be gas filled.
Yeah. I think in general, a lot of 40K bits and terrain would be great for COGFORT conversions.
Yeah. You go look at the Thatos pattern extended hab module. If you brought that up right now, one, there's a giant tether. So if you wanted to tether it to the ground, like, hey, we're stuck here, but there's ladders, there's hatches, there's extra ropes and rigging and just accoutrement to just attach to it. And not to mention, those things are very modular where you can take the tops off and still put stuff on the inside and play the game inside of there. So Necromunda terrain mixed with KO ship options. And obviously the engine riggers for sure.
I think this is also the absolute perfect opportunity to make a flying unit that actually doesn't touch the base using magnets. Just to have it, you could kind of build like a bowl kind of shape of the magnets and have it like float just above it.
There is those display stands that are kind of built for that. You could figure that out, I bet. And it could spin.
Yeah.
Huh.
You could definitely make that work. Yeah, there's just so many options. Like you could make an amazing COGFORT for KO that uses 0 COGFORT bits and will absolutely look like a KO COGFORT.
Honestly, yeah, you could take an ironclad, a frigate, and these Necromunda stuff and probably make a COGFORT that looks like a COGFORT for probably almost the same cost as a COGFORT. And let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be wild. And there's so many, like in the ironclad and frigate kits, like there's so many dudes like that just like man those ships that would be perfect for manning a COGFORT too.
Right.
So if you got any friends that are
no,
like built their KO ships without their crew on them, well, there's a great place to harvest extra guys if maybe you're going to make a
Paul, if someone's a KO player, they don't have friends anymore after the 2nd edition. So that doesn't exist. All right. Those people don't exist. That's a myth. That's a unicorn. There's no KO players out there with friends.
Yeah.
Now you might find a friend who bought KO and decided not to build it. That's the person you go after.
Yeah. I've got to say though, I got to give props to my buddy Dez, who has been on my channel many times, who converted an entire KO army with Skaven bits.
Nice.
So it is a Skaven KO army. I will play against that army any day of the week.
That's fair. I respect that.
Yeah. All right. We got to move on eventually, right? Lumineth
Yeah.
Realm Lords.
Ooh.
I,
Okay.
there is a really interesting COGFORT conversion that I've seen somebody working on. I don't know what army it even actually is for, but it was using the Lumineth terrain, like
Okay.
the floating rock piece of it, and then
Yeah.
putting the
Great
COGFORT
trade
on
feature.
top
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, I don't know if that's supposed to be for Lumineth or if it's just a cool conversion, but like that's a really cool use of that terrain piece.
That's a very good use. I doubt it would work, but I'm thinking like take a couple of the Severith, the wind swirly bases.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those would it take to support? Because that'd be very wobbly. I don't think that would work well. As much as I want to see that.
Yeah,
Could
Lumineth is
you?
one of those armies that feels like like a cog fort would have to be heavily converted to make it fit right, and I don't know. Like they feel like they wouldn't want to ally with anybody, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're too pretentious for it. I see. I'm more of what if we take a mountain spirit and the
Mm-hmm.
Lumineth terrain feature and kit bash that to become the cog fort, not use the cog fort in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, just make a rock fort.
Just make it a bigger freaking mountain. It's in a rock fort. Yeah, like there's the hammer. You could give the you could put a mage up top, like the mage is shooting the spell, not actually a cannon or something like that. I kind of agree. I don't think you actually use the cog fort for the cog fort conversion here.
Yeah, yeah, because it the aesthetic just is so far off, and that army is so much about its aesthetic.
Yeah, and to be fair, if I was to pull anything else, I'd be looking more at the high elf line of things, like the
Yeah.
Merworm maybe. But also, you could use the Merworm for Ideneth. Technically, that might be a good option.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Alarith with their terrain feature kit bashed would be better. I think more than anything else because like you're not using Selenar at all. If you put the cog fort in Selenar, get out of here. You're not a Lumineth player. You don't respect that.
Yep. All right. Up next, Mega Kid of Nurgle. I don't have any ideas for this.
Well, listen, you need to because I'm going to go refresh my beverage and grab some more ogres to paint some brown bases rims on to get that ready. So I'm going to mute myself. I'll leave the pretty image up of my basic Pennsylvania basement, but you go nuts with Nurgle. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna put up the picture of mine and talk about what I actually did. And it's not zoomed in that far, but anyway, we can talk about what I actually did on mine. So I used the legs from the Magath Lord kit. I have each of the 3 Magath Lords. They each come with 2 extra sets of legs. So I have a whole bunch of Magath Lord legs hanging around. So I use those for like what it's walking on. Magath Lord mouth and stomach on the front for like where like that belly cannon was. And then a whole bunch of just random pieces of like flesh and skin. So I have like about half of the front of it is kind of covered in flesh, like it's turning into um like becoming a flesh monster on a good part of it. For the top of it, I used the terrain piece from 40K, part of it anyway. And then on the back, I used part of it to be like an exhaust pipe coming out the back. A whole bunch of the flames from various different kits for coming out of all of the pipes. Um, uh, just like bits, like every tentacle bit that I could find is what went into this. I lost count of the sheer number of different kits that I took bits from. Um, just lots and lots of tentacles. That spew bit from the Magath Lord kit as well. I like, if anybody has any more of those, that's like my favorite Age of Sigmar bit. So if you want to like just drop those in the mail to me to use for conversions, that would be awesome. I've got another one that I'm using for Hellsmith's artillery conversion for that Regiment of Renown. I just use them for everything. I think I only have like one more that I haven't stuck on something yet. But yeah, it was just lots of tentacles. Lots of tentacles is what I used for this one. Other ideas that I had batting around was to just go absolutely nuts with Nurglings and have it basically just be carried around by a mound of Nurglings. But just the sheer number of Nurglings that would take would be a challenge.
Isn't it criminal that they've not released a separate kit of just Nurglings yet, like they did Skulls?
Yeah, they really should.
They really should.
That and the new kits that just came out for Nurgle that we got in January, not a single Nurgling in any of them.
Oh, really?
Not a single one.
I get the theme change a little bit, but you got to keep the Nurglings. They're still fun, even in a grim setting. They still fit.
Yeah. I don't really quite understand what that choice was about, but you know.
Yeah, that's a dumb choice. Terrible.
Anyway, up next, Night Haunt. Now this is actually one that I have been talking to somebody about potentially doing a commission for someone for a death army.
Okay.
And the ideas that I've been batting around are using a combination of the bits from the Black Coach and the what is that old centerpiece kit that I don't know if it's even there anymore.
Which army was it for?
For Night Haunt. Well, it was in like it. I think it was discontinued out of Soul Blight. The other thing that's like pulled by ethereal horses. And I'm totally losing the name of it.
Yeah.
Was like one of them was like the Bloodseeker Palanquin. The Mortis Engine. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing. I'm not a big death player, so
yeah. Mortis Engine and the Black Coach, and have it be like, make it look like these like ethereal horses pulling it like a chariot.
See, I would take a different approach entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I would build it. It's going to sound very boring at the start, so stay with me here. I would build it stock standard.
Okay.
Then take all the humans on it and like leave the roof off. Like add some derelictness to it. Like cut out some stones or do something weird so it looks like it's decrepit.
Mm-hmm.
But also have like the humans that were there, kit bash them so they're dead on the ground and have ghosts coming out of it in their place. So it's not an illusion, but they're so bound to duty that their ghosts have taken up running this cog fort. It's a very subtle. You could just put a few minor things in there, like that make it seem ghostly. But I that's the approach I would take with it. Completely stock standard, but everyone's dead, and you put Night Haunt ghosts kind of coming out of it to run and man the thing because they refuse to give up on their cog fort because the cog fort hasn't died yet, even though it maybe has and it's run by Nagash now. But
yeah,
that's the approach I would do with mine for this army.
That would be interesting. I feel like that might be something that works a little bit better for Soul Blight rather than Night Haunt.
See, a Soul Blight, that's more against the will, whereas I think this could still have Sigmar iconography, and they think they're serving Sigmar. They're just not.
Yeah.
Like Soulblight, it's very forced, whereas I think Night Haunt doesn't have to be a forced thing. It could just be they're just dead.
Yeah. All right, Ogre Maw Tribes. We're definitely putting a Maw Pot on top, right?
Oh, meat.
Meat.
How much meat can you fit on this thing?
So much meat. Like what if we remember from, I think it was from the Gargant, like the old like Ale Guzzler Gargant kit. There was like a cow like hogtied.
Yep.
Like we need like 5 of those hung all around it, just like meat ready to go on the fire. Needs to be flamethrower version because you got to cook your meat.
You're cooking the meat 100%. The Stonehorn kits and all that sort of stuff, they have like meat hanging off that gets frozen too. So
yep,
as much meat and like, yeah, there's clearly a maw pot on top of it, unless you could find an old classic Grecia's gold tooth to sit on top of that thing.
Ooh, that would be good too. Yeah,
and honestly, you know what
that would be so heavy with Grecia's gold tooth on top.
So you know the ogres from Old World, right? They killed the sky giants,
and
that's how they got cannons. So sky giants eventually just became, I think, the regular giants because they became alcoholics because the giants or the ogres pretty much killed almost all of them. Yeah. So it's only the small ones left, and they just became alcoholics. So I think you play into that Old World theme. You take a Gargant, and he's carrying it from the back. Like leave that engine off. He's literally just holding it and hugging it and walking forward, waddling like a penguin, carrying the Cogfort. Maybe have like one leg still on there, like it used to be a Cogfort, and it's just being dragged along. But like they're telling him to drag it forward, and maybe even have like a keg with like a sippy cup, like that's his beer. He's just carrying his that type of thing. You can make it fun and jovial. Yeah.
Yeah. You could definitely have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I don't think you ever put it on top of one of their mounts. I think that's not going to work well.
Yeah, I think like that's like the go-to thing that a lot of people seem to be doing with conversions of these is like what big monster from the army can I just stick it on top of?
That's why we're doing this show, to help all those people out. They're like, hey, you can be more creative than you realize.
Yeah, let's not smooth brain this, guys. We can get creative. We can have fun and do silly things. And we can also rack up the dollars on our purchases and make them as ridiculous as possible and make our wives very upset with us.
Come on, guys. You guys all love GW. Just give them their money. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Don't you love Corporation? Don't you want to defend Corporation?
Listen, my day is not complete unless I defend a billionaire. Yeah, at least 3 times.
By the way, fuck Sony. All right, anyway, moving on.
That was very random, but okay. Moving right along.
They're discontinuing physical media in a couple years' time. And as someone who collects retro video games, fuck Sony.
Yeah, we all kind of saw that coming eventually, though.
I will rail against the darkness. I will not give up the fight. You may have succumbed, Paul, but I am not ready to die yet. I will take this torch and I will burn it to the ground.
There's a difference between accepting reality and just not wanting to fight against it and really just like giving into it. You know?
I'm going to fight and complain. That's my life.
Yeah. All right. Up next, Auric War Clans. You know what the best source of bits is going to be for Auric War Clans COGFORTS?
Tell me.
40k orcs.
You were 100%
all the 40k orc stuff.
Wow. Yeah. Don't even look at the orc line. Get an orc truck.
No.
You're right.
Yeah. Just go into your local orc bits bin and just get all of the random shit and throw it all over there. Paint it red so it gets so it goes faster.
Yep.
But seriously, like there's so many like I don't even know where to begin like with 40k orc bits for like what you could do with that, because that's your obvious source of all the cool stuff you're going to do.
Yeah, and honestly, those orc players in 40k have been kit bashing much longer than most of us have been alive. So
Yep.
just type orc ORK conversions, and that will probably give you tons of ideas, because they just take anything they want and convert it to an orc vehicle. And they can be, and it's the same thing in Sigmar. You can just make it all an orc thing if you want it to really badly.
Yep. Yeah. One fun idea could be like to basically turn it into a monster truck.
That's true. That's true.
That's actually also, by the way, a thought that I had for ogres is to like take orc bits and turn it into like a monster truck COGFORT.
I mean, did you see the Photoshop conversion that Haywo showed on Warhammer Weekly for like that their new cauldron type thing?
Yeah, like just throw monster truck wheels on it.
Yep, and it looks better.
It does.
Sorry, sculptor. I don't know. It just looks better. Monster trucks are cool. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like honestly, like that kit looks like they had 2 extra heroes that they sculpted and didn't have a use for, and they didn't want to put red on a weird oval base. They wanted to keep them on a big circle, so they just threw 2 other guys on the side.
You could have put tons of nobblers around it.
Yeah. There were all kinds of things that they could have done. It could have been a diorama.
Could have been.
But instead, we get a cauldron escorted by 2 random guys.
Not even escorted. It's just they're just there.
Yeah. They are present.
They exist.
Yeah. Ossiarch Bone Reapers. I feel like the way to go with this one is just to make it like the center of the tithe, right? Like it's just bones everywhere.
It's the collection point. Please throw your bones here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
like no, your city walls will not keep us from collecting the tithe. We will come through them. Thank you. Please place bones in bin.
Is there a kit with big enough bone legs to use those as legs instead?
Big enough bone legs to use those as legs. What about the Tomb King's Bone Dragon?
Yep.
Is that big enough?
That you could use the core of its body underneath of it. It would work. Yes, it'd be walking like a creature, but that would work really good because you want it to be a construct underneath of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, this one you do put it on a creature.
Yep. But not a random creature from the OBR line. We got to go to Tomb Kings, right? The real Bone Reapers, the original Bone Daddies.
At least they made a kit big enough to do this with, because none of the other ones will work.
Yeah. Well, maybe some of the old ones would if you, I don't know. Like personally, I'm okay with using some 3D printed bits or some bits harvested from other random places that aren't necessarily GW.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Like,
there's got to be a
I'm sure you could go find good stuff from like a fish tank or a like dog bones, like dog toys.
You know what? Hold on, stop. We're doing this too wrong. Get a shovel, go to your closest graveyard, and you get your tithe. Get some bone fingers. You make this work, all right? Don't commit crimes, people. Don't commit crimes. That's a crime, by the way.
Listen, there's a fine line between grave robbing and archaeology, and you just need to ride that line.
I say, or you could probably go on Amazon and just buy like one of the dummy bone hands or something and make that work. and that would look pretty sick too. Honestly, like it's a bone hand crawling around with the castle on its back.
Yep. Like Cousin It.
Yes. Yeah. Or not. Thing. Cousin It's the hair.
That one. Yes.
I got you. We got you, buddy.
Yep. Seraphon. Here's another one where I would actually be okay with it being just riding on the back of a dinosaur.
I agree.
Seraphon's a place where I think we're okay with doing that.
I think we are 100%. You could, if you wanted to, maybe fit it on Croak's floating palanquin.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the dinosaur is cooler.
Yeah. It would be a great option, but I don't think it would actually fit on the base is the old Forge World kit, the giant dinosaur. I forget what it's called.
Oh my god, I wanted that kit so bad. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I've seen one and it's amazing.
It's so big.
So big. That's actually another good point too, that like for Maw tribes, I feel like the old War Mammoth would be a great thing to throw a cog fort on top of. That'd be like the most expensive thing ever to do, but
it would be, and it would probably be a waste of one of those.
Yeah.
Dread Saurian.
Yes. Dread Saurian carrying a castle on its back. Let's go.
I'm still trying to get one of those because I have a Lizardman army and I want a Dread Saurian so bad, but I'm not paying eBay prices. So
are there old world rules for the Dread Saurian?
No, I don't care. I'll play it in 8th. My Lizardmen are actually based for 8th edition. I just use conversion trays. I only have a few old world armies actually based for old world.
Interesting.
The rest is just conversion trays. And yeah, the Lizardmen are not. So I'd want a Dread Saurian just to run one and be like, this is cool.
Yep. Yeah. Other options to try and make it more of like a pyramid kind of situation, or leaning into like that stone structure kind of aesthetic of the pyramids, and make it kind of fit in with that. Not quite sure how you would make that work, but
there is the vine kit, and there's also the terrain feature itself has vines inside of it. That go into it. I would say if you wanted to buy 2 of that terrain feature, the pyramid, invert them and kind of inset them a little bit, you could put like almost like a cube type pyramid on top of it to give it something more interesting. And you could take the palanquin, the back of Croak's palanquin, how it looks like a bunch of circles whirling around. You could have that in front. It's like a laser beam for whatever weapon you wanted.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's 0 lizardmen on it other than like skinks. Skinks are running it all.
Yes, absolutely.
And slap that bad boy on a couple dinosaurs, and I think you're good to go. Or a Dread Saurian if you can find one. But if you get a Dread Saurian, just DM me. I'll get it off you. Tell me how you got it. I'll get it.
Yeah. Skaven. So I've seen a lot of Skaven ideas. And all of the Skaven ideas that I have seen have all been clan Scryer. And there are so many Skaven clans. So first of all, I feel like it would be very fun to do 4 different COGFORTS, all Skaven converted to a different clan.
100%.
But Scryer is the one that feels like the obvious, easy, boring one, right? Like that's what everybody's going to do with their Skaven COGFORT.
Yeah.
My personal plans for a Skaven COGFORT right now are actually to turn it into a Skaven Clan Verminous siege tower.
You ready for me to shadow your? Well, walk through it, then I'll shadow your world.
Right. So I'm thinking to actually turn it around backwards. That platform where the engine usually goes, put just one of the siege tower platforms there, and then at the top have another siege tower platform at the top of that, and then either a catapult or a doom diver catapult that is throwing clan rats at the enemy.
I like it. It's good. It's good. Are you ready for me to rock your world?
Rock my world. Make me regret everything.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna buy that, and you're gonna go to Etsy, buy the COGFORT, then go to Etsy, and type in Japanese castle. There's so many. There's so many out there. You get some 3D prints of that to kit bash up and cut, and you're going to do a Clan Eshin Shinobi style castle with as much Japanese theme as you're comfortable with fitting into a Skaven army. Like you put on some fish from Lumineth, like it's the sushi, and you just have the rats, and you try to hide those rats as much as possible, so they're hiding within the walls, underneath of it as it's walking, so you can't see them because they're ninjas. But you have the one who's the warlord who doesn't care. He's I'm badass. He's out there on top, and he's just commanding the whole thing from outside of it. Full Japanese Shinobi Castle Eshin COGFORT. Painted the blue black. Hey, if you want to, throw a Naruto headband on top of that tower. It'll be good to go.
Love it. Yeah, the other thought that I had, and it for Clan Eshin specifically, is to go with a Trojan horse style thing, but make it like a Trojan rat, and have it look like they think they're being sneaky, but have it be very obvious.
Oh yeah. It's very they think there's something, but you're not. Yeah, I agree with that 100% in every version.
Yes.
Now the other thing you could do.
Yeah.
And do you keep up with the Gotrek novels?
I do not.
Okay.
I just keep up with virtually none of the lore of Age of Sigmar.
That's fine. The Gotrek novels come out once a year just to have Gotrek fight the big bad of the year of the edition.
Yeah.
But do you remember in the old Sigmar stuff there was the centipede type creatures that the Skaven controlled, these giant war machines?
I do not remember that at all. I've never heard of this.
Let me see if I can find what they're called. War Machines, Age of Sigmar. I forget what they're called. They're wandering the wilderness. Giant war machine. Wow, everyone's forgotten about these. Okay. Skaven. There we go. Nope, that's Old World. That's not going to help me at all. Okay, well, I'll try and find you the source. It's old, Age of Sigmar 1.0, but it's these giant centipede insect-like creatures that the Skaven controlled as war machines, and they were terrifying. Now, they were much bigger than a COGFORT, but in the latest Gotrek novel, they resurrect one temporarily before Gotrek solves the issue, obviously.
Yep.
But I'm thinking, and there's a couple images of them on a map. So there is room to create something that's very insectoid. That's part of it. Great horned rat, gnawholes. You could put you could put a gnawhole on top of it, so they have a walking gnawhole. That's for sure. Scamper sprawl. Man, I cannot find these. Oh my goodness, it's gonna drive me crazy because I know they exist. But yeah, I'm thinking something like that too, just for a generic Skaven, not necessarily any specific theme, just Skaven. like one of those types of creatures, like insectoid robot creatures.
Interesting. Yeah, the other thought too is like we could do something Clan Molder and have it be, you know, some kind of giant fleshy walking rat thing.
It's just Nurgle with rats on top of it. Let's not kid ourselves. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and then same thing for Clan Pestilence is basically just Nurgle stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like it's gross. One's grosser.
Yep. All right, we're getting down to the end. Slaves to Darkness. Well, we had mine. They took the legs from the Soul Grinder and stuck those on, and stuck a whole bunch of spikes on it, and bits from various different places. Throwing it on the back of a war mammoth would be cool.
Yep. I mean, the you could lead into the obvious part of the name. You could keep Cities of Sigmar people there.
Yeah.
But have them have one or two overlords within the tower behind them. Actually have them be enslaved by chaos physically.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're still loyal to Sigmar, but they're just being like, I don't want to die.
Yeah. Or even just some simple things like head swaps to be like Marauder heads instead of Cities of Sigmar heads.
Yeah, like a few of them have converted, maybe.
Yeah.
You could take some extra, cities humans and just like they're crucified to the outside of it. Something kind of dark like that, like their sacrifices, and they're still living. Maybe it's the original crew, and they're watching their war, and that they're cursed to live and watch their beloved war machine wreak havoc upon their friends.
Yeah.
But
that could actually also be a great place to pull in the old Warcry warband models.
Oh, you're right. What's that creepy the electric one? Or no, the electric one was the death one. Sorry. There's one on stilts, the crow one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, mix those up.
Yeah. And just a good place to use the unmade because those models were awesome.
The electric one was the Sigmar one because it was people getting electrocuted by Sigmar's glory or something weird like that. That could still fit and be chaosy because that's pretty close.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Or a bunch of spikes like you did. Like that also 100% works without any issue.
Yeah.
Like and then
Sons of Bahamut, I don't know what you would even do. Like unless you like those old cartoons of somebody like that was poor, so they didn't have clothes, so they were wearing a barrel.
That would be good.
What if you did that with a Mega Gargant and a COGFORT? They're wearing a COGFORT, so they aren't naked.
That beats my idea. My idea, COGFORT waifu pillow. One of the Gargants just really likes the COGFORT, and it's his waifu pillow.
That's funny.
Yeah, like they're two, but I think yours is more fitting within the setting without it being weird.
Yeah.
I would rather do yours and feel comfortable at an event than do mine and be like, I'm a weirdo. Okay.
Listen, we're all weirdos at these events. We're grown men that play with toys. That's true. It just is what it is.
True.
Soulblight Gravelords, I feel like that is basically already covered by the other 3 death armies. They're all very much I don't know where you would do Soulblight all that much differently than Bone Reapers or Night Haunt or.
See, no, sir, you are wrong. I'm sorry. Here, hold on. Sit down, son.
Okay. Educate me.
You put every single skeleton model you can buy. Go out and buy like the starter set for freaking Tomb Kings. That base is a horde of skeletons with the tower riding on top of them. so many skeletons, you don't know how many there are.
And they're just carrying it.
They're just carrying it in like a wave of bodies. Whether they live or die, who cares? We'll reanimate them along the way. And you have 1 to 2 vampires amongst the ramparts. And you can have a zombie or two manning the guns. These 1 or 2 vampires are what's controlling everything going on. They've animated this whole thing, and it's his castle. He's Dracula. This is Castlevania Symphony of a Night. All the humans around him are just the miserable secrets of lies. And he's controlling it by skeletons and zombies alone. It is his personal, moving Dracula castle. So like really, the only thing you're taking off the humans, and you're taking off the legs. That's it.
I like it.
You could leave a single human if you wanted to have like a thrall, I suppose, too. Or you could throw in a necromancer if you're feeling cheeky.
Yeah.
But
maybe throw an old casket of souls on top.
I don't think you could do that and remove all the iconography that's very Egyptian easily, though, sadly. I like the thought, though.
Yeah. All right. What do we do with Stormcast Eternals?
Whew.
This is one that I genuinely am like, I would have trouble fitting that into that army. And that's it feels like the COGFORTS are there for when the Stormcast aren't available for backup.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like, conversion's hard. I think you have to lean into the cult of Sigmar. Not Sinestra's weird wheel crap. Like, she can burn in hell. I don't care. Her stuff's stupid. But get like a Sigmar priest. Get old fanatic models. You still have it walking around. It's I think it's one of those where it's mostly stock standard. But how do you take this cult of Sigmar and what they do and turn it up to 11? Not the wheel thing, the symbol of the hammer. What would they do? How would they
get a bunch of flagellants that are pulling it? Maybe.
I mean, you could get the ropes, like the old images from the Dawners, that the Dawnbringer Crusades, and they're pulling it. I don't think you need to do that fully, but you need to have flagellants there who are accepting the pain, like, to keep this thing running, or like, you have to just lean into the cult of Sigmar fully. And maybe there's one Stormcast to be like, hey guys, don't kill yourselves, please. Like, keep this thing running. Or honestly, this could even be something where it's not even, there's 0 actual Stormcast on it, but maybe the humans have like a Stormcast helmet or a Stormcast weapon that they picked up, and they feel the might of Sigmar and they feel empowered, even though they're not actually empowered. It's got to be full cult of Sigmar, like lightning and wrath. That's where you take the lightning cult. Maybe there's one crazy guy that they're all listening to for some reason.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot I have ever heard of. Like, the Stormcast don't seem to use like vehicles or things like that very much, right? Like that just doesn't seem to come up.
Right.
I can't imagine them like I can't imagine a Stormcast Eternal thinking that a COGFORT is a useful tool for them.
No, but they see humans as useful. So if the humans are appreciating it, they'll find need for it.
Yeah.
Because they're still very human. They're not Space Marines, thankfully. At least not when they're not killed too often. You could even have it as a pillar of... You're probably getting some 3D prints involved in this, but a pillar of 1,000 Stormcasts died defending this tower because they were trying to defend the humans inside of it. And so many Stormcast souls were sacrificed and sent back to a 0 around it that it's permanently wreathed in lightning and has become a focal point where Stormcast can easily find their way to teleport down from the heavens next to it, possibly. Not now, rules-wise, obviously it's not happening, but you could have it be almost like it's a shrine to Sigmar itself. it shoots lightning. It doesn't shoot cannons or fire.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like, or just full church, full walking church. 40K it.
Yeah. 40K it. Church of Sigmar, walking around. You know what actually might work? Speaking of 40K, is just going full 40K with it and using like night legs.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Yeah, I think you either have to go crazy Sigmarite or Revenant Sigmarite. And you don't include a single Stormcast on it. Maybe some Stormcast bits, like I said, a weapon or a helmet or two. But there's zero Stormcast actually on it. They think they're there to help Stormcast. And the Stormcast are just like, all right, you're here. Cool. Just go.
Yeah. All right. And the last army, Sylvaneth. I feel like Sylvaneth you could have some fun with.
Yeah. I mean, the basic is Ilariel's Beetle. Let's get that out of the way. That's what I've seen 1,000 times already, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also do Treeman Ancient Legs, like I would do for Living Cities.
Yeah. Like use a bunch of Treeman legs so that it's, just walking around on tree legs. And have the whole thing just like totally engulfed in vines and almost make the thing, you could make the thing look like a tree itself.
Yeah, the roof of it's, I mean, maybe take your route and put the wood around it more often than not. And just have a tree growing out of the top. Have the cannon and everything there, but have a tree growing out of the top.
Yeah.
Like if there's a tower that's part of Sylvaneth, these humans, because I think it's still going to be humans involved in this, not necessarily just Sylvaneth spears, because they won't care about that stupid thing. But the humans clearly worship Ilariel.
Yep.
So you go and get some bits from High Elves, specifically, I would say Sisters of Avalorn, or you grab Wood Elf bits and kind of kit bash them up so the humans are wearing more Wood Elfy type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even go in full Carnathy. You get the Carnathy stuff that you can get from, Underworlds and such, and put them as the ones in charge of it too, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a tree on top of that, without a doubt.
Yeah. If not the whole thing basically being a tree.
Yeah, I mean, other trees can walk. Why can't this be a tree that walks? Like, you could probably 3D print this thing in full.
Oh, yeah.
No, not even 3D print. You could go cut down a tree right now and make it yourself out of wood.
Nature 3D prints these for us constantly.
Just get a potted plant with a right base size. Put a tree in it. Like, here's my COGFORT. I guarantee you'll get away with one event with that.
Yeah. Oh, especially if you write "Oh no, not again" on the side.
I think there's lots of good options with Sylvaneth. More than just the Beetle. The Beetle's the easy choice because it is so good for it. I think it does fit perfectly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of options to fit it in.
Yep. I think for virtually every army, there actually are fun, cool conversion options that you can do, and it'll fit nicely into the army, and you use up your bits box or go out and buy a bunch of random crap. For it being like a giant flamethrower fort, you would think that Fire Slayers would be able to fit in better, but I feel like they're like one of the hardest to find something for.
Yeah, it's because like even if you want to look at like old dwarves in Old World, they're so small. Like it's hard to fit them in and make it feel like you're not just set dressing the thing as opposed to actually kit bashing it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they're probably the hardest one as far as the theme goes for it. Unless you'd use the Lumineth base, once again, as the bottom of it, and you make it seem like it's a floating mountain, like they're bringing their magma hold out of it, and you have it flowing magma out of it, but it's still necessarily floating along, and then you put like an anvil on there, and like at the very top, almost like it's the old Anvil of Doom. Never mind, I'm back in. We can do this. We got this one. Anvil of Doom on top, shooting the lightning out as runes, essentially. So old anvil of doom, and then you put the Lumineth base on the bottom. Instead of water, it's just lava. So it's a floating mountain tower with the anvil of doom on top. Never mind, we got it. We nailed it.
Yep,
everything's great. Everything's great. Everybody, go buy COGFORT.
Yes. Now the question is, what COGFORT conversion are you now most excited to do yourself?
I'm gonna hate saying this because you think it'd be like, oh, it's the Daughters of Cain, because that's the first one I thought of. I kind of want to do a Living Cities one. I kind of want to do it for the actual army, which is the one I was least excited about at the start of this. Because I think about how I've kit bashed that whole army and what I could do fully with it.
Yeah.
I think a Living Cities specific Cities of Sigmar would be the most thrilling to do. Because
that would be very cool. I fully support that.
Oh, you do?
Living City with all of the, using legacy models and having like just a fully beautifully converted army that is, not just the sea of humans that Cities of Sigmar has become.
Well, I appreciate your full support. I'll send you my PayPal so you can send me the $210 so I can get a COGFORT now.
You get my full emotional and moral support.
All right, fine.
Financial support is from viewers like you.
All right, everybody. I'm not gonna start Patreon. I'll put my PayPal in the comments. Just don't. Just like and subscribe. That's all.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you? You're the Nurgle guy. Have we convinced you to do a different variety of chaos, possibly with your chaos projects you're working on?
So I'm pretty sure number 3 is going to be Skaven.
Sure.
I like the idea of doing Skaven Siege Tower.
Okay.
Because that goes in. Like, I think doing Skaven in general is fun. There's a lot of options to do cool stuff with them. And I think doing a Siege Tower would be different from what most people are going to be doing with Skaven. Like, everybody's going to throw a Warp Lightning Cannon on it. Everybody's everybody's going to have rattling guns on it. I think
which flavor? I didn't sell you on the Shinobi Ninja style yet.
So, like, personally, I've just never really been like into Japanese stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
that's fair.
That would just be kind of a little bit out. It's just out of my wheelhouse. I'm very tempted to go with throwing a Doom Diver on the top that is like just hurling clan rats over the wall.
Can you fit? You could replace the engine on the back, maybe with like a Doom wheel, like it's the rat running, powering it.
Yeah, that would be funny. But yeah, I think I'm gonna basically turn it around backwards. And have like the front be the back and the back be the front.
Sure.
And yeah, kind of build it that way. Yeah. And then, but for number 4, it's going to be either Beasts of Chaos, with, turning it basically into a walking herdstone.
Okay.
Throw like the original herdstone on top of it, and have a bunch of beastmen all around it, and bones and skulls, and I'm not really sure what else. Maybe having the old Taurus endless spell, like pulling it.
Do you have that endless spell?
No, but I'm sure I could get it very cheaply, considering it has absolutely no use even in legacy armies anymore.
Well, let's see. I'm curious. I'm gonna check eBay right now. Beastman Endless Spell, because I know there is a herdstone you can get for Old World, but you have to kit bash it yourself, and it's a base size, so people have bought up that herdstone.
Oh, interesting.
You are looking, sir, for the full kit, full endless spells for Beast of Chaos. You're around $100 right now. I do see
Yeah, it could
from
be
the
worse.
from the UK, just the Taros, 55 before any sort of extra fees apply.
Oh my.
As I'm saying, like, hey, if you're a Beastman player right now, you need money. It's like, yeah, just for
Interesting.
the
I
extra.
didn't know that they got a herdstone for Old World.
There's rules for it, yes, but they don't actually have a model for it. So they just give you a base size, which conveniently fits on the Sigmar one. It's crazy how that works.
Yeah. Convenient. It's almost like they thought about it.
I know. Someone took 2 seconds to be like, I know how to do this.
Yeah. um, but I also really like the idea of going with a Hellsmiths one and just doing like artillery train.
Right.
Go crazy with it. Get inspired by the old Chaos Dwarves too, maybe. Like what some of their different pieces looked like.
I think if I was to do any other one, just for fun, out of what we talked about, it'd be KO.
Yeah.
Just because it would just be fun to do. Just kit bash it up like that.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about this,
Okay.
what if it was a KO Cogfort that had been stolen by the Hellsmiths?
Well, I could see Skaven stealing it and Goblins stealing it. Would Hellsmiths be too prideful to steal it? Be my only question for you.
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know the lore
Yeah,
well enough to have that answer for you.
yeah. I don't know their lore well enough in Sigmar to do that. I think in Old World, absolutely not. But maybe Old World, they've changed a little bit and they're fine just stealing stuff. But that's just a thought, just for theming.
Or the like fallen KO.
Is there Fallen KO?
I don't know. It's a big 8 realms out there. Somebody's gonna be like,
No, it's not. It's not a big 8 realms. It's a big 2 realms because we keep visiting the same 2, Paul. We don't know what's going on in the rest of the realms.
Exactly. There's lots of room to write your own story.
All right, fine. You know what else would be kind of cool?
What's that?
What if you themed a Cogfort off of a realm?
Interesting.
Like, not it could still be humans or whatever you want, but realmify it. So like, what is like the Beastman is clearly going to be alive. It could be sentient on its own, running around.
Yep.
Versus the Shadow one, which would be, I don't know, half not there. I'm not sure. Lumineth one would be just like this huge beacon of light coming out of it. Like every orifice is just bleeding light. Like you put LEDs all through that thing and make it bleed that.
Yeah.
And that would fit certain armies too along the way. But you know, if you have a couple armies that maybe are based the same, like my dwarves are all based the same in Shaman. So what would be my Shaman? As I paint my microphone accidentally, what would be my Shaman Cogfort look like? Not necessarily a dwarf one, just or Dwarden, a Shaman one.
All right. So here's what you do for Shaman. Ready? You take Plasticard and you coat that you cover all of the sides to make the whole thing just look like sheet metal. And and I believe you can get strips of like rivets to add to that.
Yeah. Okay.
To just make it look like it is a totally metal Cogfort.
I mean, it sounds like I just built that out with Plasticard, maybe. So I like this. It's a cheap option. Let's do this.
Yeah.
It's like going out and cutting down a tree for your Cogfort.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it. All right, we can do it. But yeah, just other options like, you know, a realm theme Cogfort would be kind of cool too. Just throwing out more ideas for folks is all. Yeah, and let us know in the comments what your favorite Cogfort is that we mentioned and which Cogfort kit bash you'd like to do, and tell us how you would do it.
Yes. Now you're making me want to build a Cities of Sigmar army out of old models.
Do a mix. Like I said, mine
Exactly,
is mostly mine is half Wood Elves, half New Cities stuff, and it still works. The problem is Legends, but I could still. It's a lot of the base sizes are still the same for Cities humans versus the Elves.
Yep.
So you could still do it in a way that you just proxy essentially, and no one would complain.
Yeah. Yeah, if I ever come up with a good idea for conversions and like a good theme, I could end up having a very, very expensive Cities of Sigmar army.
No, let's expound.
Oh, God.
What city's army? What are you going to make your own city, or are you going to choose one that exists?
I think I would have to go and create something. Like I would have to find a way to own it. Which means I would have to have an idea that I really liked. I would have to get inspired by something in the lore somewhere, I think.
Okay.
I really like the idea of Cities of Sigmar being all of these different races coming together, working together, and all of that. And in the lore, it's more than just humans, dwarves, and elves, right? Like it's like everybody.
It's literally everybody, yeah.
So, like actually having those cosmopolitan units of, you know, ragtag steel helms that are just, you know, militia from everywhere.
Well, honestly, it sounds like you would probably, general concept, high level of what exists already. You would do Hammerhall, actually, possibly. Because you could have a unit of steel helms and put in the elf, the dwarf, and the human models. So you could buy 3 different units: a depossessed or dwarf kit, a wood elf kit, or not elf kit. Actually pick your favorite of elf. Honestly, all of them would work fine. Just paint them the right way. Pick an elf kit, and pick the steel helm kit, and boom, you have a unit of 30.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you only do 20, so you would just mix and match. So you'd have 3 units of 10 most likely, because you need to do the triple power pairs anymore. But I think that's a good idea. Like if you really want to go deep into it and do the cosmopolitan, you could do it in a fun way.
Yeah.
Especially if you did actually, you could be like, this is the orange unit, this is the yellow unit, this is the red unit. So like their general color across the way is the same, but like they have a different spot color, so you can tell the difference because you're going to be mixing so many different models together, so that way your opponent can see it easier.
Yeah. I have so many ideas of things that I want to do. Like those new ogres are so tempting.
You know what's great about those new ogres? They fit on squares really well.
I'm sure they do.
They do. I've seen a lot of people doing it already. I'm like, oh dang! Like I got lucky with this fully painted ogre army. I just had to rebase.
Yeah.
But some new ogres are legit.
Yeah, they're really nice, and they also look like they didn't really take such a big aesthetic evolution from the old ones that like mixing the new and old stuff wouldn't work. Like having like your old like Stonehorn next to the new Gluttons is gonna look fine.
Yeah, the biggest change I noticed right away is the gut plates are bigger. That's it.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. I like it. It's a good theme increase, but yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, we have been going for nearly 2.5 hours, mostly about COGFORTS.
Okay, yeah. Let's switch topics. What else do we want to talk about? I got another 2 hours in me. I'm kidding. You got a family.
I have a bed that I need to go visit right now. But it has been a lot of fun. Thank you for coming on. Hope everyone out there has enjoyed. We haven't had a lot of viewers concurrently as we've been going along, but you know, I'm sure people will be viewing in the future. So hello out there in the future.
Hi.
Thank you for watching. We will talk to you all later.
See you soon, everybody.